Hello. Hey. So today, just going to be doing just a pretty chilled art stream, I guess. Just doing some illustrations. I kind of saw there was a couple of things on Twitter that sort of inspired me to do a couple of little art bits. Mostly though, I want to do like scenes, like sceneries, like caves, cliffs, stuff like that, just to improve on making backgrounds and such. Hopefully it'll be somewhat interesting. And probably later down the line, I might just do some fan art of people, things, objects, fan art objects. Why not? So yeah. I would like to thank Cherry Cloud for showing me this audio mix. I felt like I am now able to properly separate a couple of things, so not every sound is like cluttered together. So you guys don't have to hear a bunch of random bips and bops happening. But yeah, thanks again, Cherry Cloud, for showing me that I can indeed split my audio. Okay, let me just quickly fix this up over here. And I think we should be able to swipe on over to the stage. Hoocha! Oh, nope. Hoocha. 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 Ha! Got it. Sweet. Yep, so always starting off with a blank canvas. Where's the pen? There it is. Haha. One day I'll get a fancy dancy drawing screen, but for now I'm stuck with these papers. Oh, right, I can't draw without. Got my crayons, got my papers. Gonna put this away. And let's see what we can come up with. Oh yes, before I like to start drawing, I just like to scribble on the page, just loosen up my hands. Just get just break my hands. Hopefully the mic is okay. I kind of changed up a few settings. I'm a bit worried that the mic might sound a little bit scuffed, but hopefully it sounds okay. I guess I'll have to hear it back on the VOD when I get back to it, but hopefully it's okay. So yeah. I like to break in my hands when I draw before I start drawing stuff, like with spirals. For those of you who know what I'm doing, or who you don't know what I'm doing, it's if you watch a YouTube content creator by the name, or YouTube artist, or an artist, I guess, illustrator, by the name of Cynics, he gave a pretty nice advice when you're warming up, is just to scribble on the page, do spirals, circles, just so that way you can, like a warm up before you start drawing. Yeah. For those who were here, I think yesterday, maybe? I think it might have been yesterday. I think we did Gartic Phone yesterday. It's a bit hard to tell with all the time zones and such. But hopefully it was yesterday. I blame my art, the lack of artistry, on my... Like, I didn't warm up. That's my excuse. So yeah, gonna be doing some, scenes. I guess. Kinda wanna make a better cave for, yeah, I kind of want to make a better cave for the when I talk to you lot. That cave, I sort of just grabbed it from a stock image site, and I kind of, I don't, I want to kind of not use it anymore. Hopefully, this will be something good though. Let's see if we can get a. Oh, those are some nice spirals. Yes. This is how Uzumaki begins. Actually, this kind of reminds me. Have y'all any of you like drawn snails like this? Like I remember when I was a wee slime, I used to just draw slimes like this. I think I drew it like this. No, it was like this, I think. And then I just did it like kind of like this, and then that's how I did like snails. I used to draw these all the time for some reason. Back in the small caves, my papers were often filled with like, so this is my textbook. This be my textbook there, and then there's all the writings and all the notes we have to jot down to know what to eat and know what not to eat and what to absorb and what not to absorb. So this would be my like textbook, and like all around the edges you would see little humans doing things. I think I had an obsession with like eyes at one point, because they were just, when you learn how to do those anime eyes back in then, you could just do them all the time. At least I did. So I just had eyes all around the page. And again, I had those like little snails, like just all over the page. I kind of got in trouble by my dungeon master for just having all these just scribbles in every single textbook, just around around all the border. My handwriting, I'm not the best. I don't even know what I wrote. Flush. Yeah, my handwriting wasn't the best, and I don't think it's even that good right now. Yeah, it's not that great. But yeah, my textbooks were just filled to the brim with just all these just random doodles. I think we all did we called it in the caves the Stussy S, but some people call it like the Fancy S or the Super S. It kind of reminded me of a racetrack back when I did it, and I kind of like looked at it. It kind of just reminded me of a racetrack or an 8. Though I've seen some people do like the S, the cool S, the Stussy S, kind of like this. I still don't know what the origin of this. I think what I remember, but I don't know if it's actually, don't know if that's actually the correct origin, but someone said it was probably a designer brand that was just easy to draw and just caught on like a wildfire meme. But yeah, it was pretty weird. All right, let's just get a new page. Think I'm all right now. So yeah, a cave. Like where? How about like a cave where I live? Yeah. All right. So let me just rotate this because I'm gonna be doing a more horizontal image. I don't know, landscape. I know my words. Where is it? Transform? Nope. There we go. Flip. Rotate by. Haha. All right. Alright, so let's just plan this out. So let's just get some shapes. Oh. Thanks for the follow, Ota King. Why didn't I get a good what are you drawing here? I'm just gonna be doing some landscapes, just trying to well, improve them. So I'm thinking about just drawing like caves. Ooh, that was a delayed noise. Yeah, just drawing some caves, and eventually, maybe down the line, I might just do some fan art of whatever's really. Just maybe, I saw that because I saw there was a couple of tweets I saw that sort of inspired me to do a couple of landscapes. So I just wanted to do some. How'd you come upon my stream, if you don't mind me asking? Just browsing randomly. Oh, that's cool. Were you browsing in the art section, I guess? Are you an artist yourself? So right now I'm just trying to make some stalactites, stalagmites. Haha, I'm not very good at illustrations or any of that kind of stuff. I'm more into writing, the writing side. Oh, I see. That's cool. I wish I could write. I'm not very good. I don't have the broadest vocabulary, and I'm not very good at describing the world around me other than using the basic describing words, adjectives. Adjectives. I'll just say describing words. So what kind of stuff you like writing? Or stalactites, or stalagmites, whatever, whichever. Actually, I should be using different colors. So I should be doing it like this. Right, so that way we have the dark background, and then sort of bring in the foreground slowly. I believe that was how we had to do it. So that way. Is that what stalactites look like? I want different forms. Big into fantasy type stuff. Heard you mentioned something about Dungeon Master when I joined in. Ah, yes. Yeah. As you can see, I'm a gelatinous slime, a gelatinous cube. And yeah, yeah, Dungeon Master back in when I had to learn to be a monster. I am a big fan of D&D though, as you can tell. Do you favor yourself as a player or a dungeon master? Or are you yeah. Also, yeah, which also if you are a player, what kind of class do you enjoy playing? Is this looking like a cave? I think I might have done too much foreground. I think like this. So what I'm trying to do now, I'm just trying to lay down some what do I call jeez. Trying to lay down some shapes to hopefully make this thing a little bit more appealing rather than just being like flat. Should probably have a look at some references. Okay. So if I put that, unfortunately, I seem to be forever a dungeon master, never the player. But the one game I did play, I was a paladin, and it was awesome. Ah, yeah. Paladins are pretty dang strong, especially in early levels. Yeah, I'm kind of in the same boat as well. I am a forever dungeon master. I have I tried teaching some of my players how to dungeon master, but they just weren't feeling it. So I was just kind of stuck as dungeon master now. I don't mind it. It's all right, but every now and then, you know, don't want to have the stress of building a whole landscape or doing things behind. Just want to be in the world. So if I add like more depth, I guess, to this, as it gets further and further down into the cave, there's going to be less light, so there's less like you won't be able to see much detail, and eventually you'll just see just indications. Maybe there'll be like a person in this place, sort of spelunking. I believe is the term for cave exploration, spelunking. So we'll add some more stalactites. Stalactites. Gonna make sure it's the correct term. Stalactites. Stalagmites. No? Stalagmites. Rise. Stalactites. No. Stalactites? Are they stalactites? Stalactites. Haha. Got there eventually. Stalactites. There we are. Just some indications, and then I can refine them later. Just so there's some more depth into this cave. Okay. All right. So, maybe I'll do, yeah, why not? This place has lots of calcium deposits. More stalagmites and stalactites, the better. Although, maybe I'll have like a couple so they're not all the same, with like little extra drippies. So now we get, I guess that'll be alright for the background a bit. Now we just try and get to the foreground a little bit more. Alright. So for here, maybe that's a bit too bright. Doot, doot, doot. All right. Maybe two-tone is the best way to do this. Maybe this is the highlight to help bring it forth. All right, Tio. I used to remember the difference, but I used to never remember the difference. Stalactite C stands for ceiling, stalagmites G for ground. Buddy mine taught me that, and I tend to remember more often. That actually does help. I just need to remember that the C's for the ceiling and the G's for the ground. That ain't bad. So just do it this way. We'll just have the light be near us. Remembering how they are spelled. Yeah. I had to use Mr. Google to correct me on that one. Let's see. Maybe we'll have like a little rock jutting up from the ground. Why not? Little rock. Adventurer. A lone RPG adventurer. Or maybe with a small party. Why not? Or maybe, hold up. Maybe we can turn this into something different. So, we'll have like, just drew little indications. We'll have like the adventurers down here. How many do we want in the party? So we have the leader, the hero, the healer, the rogue. Oh, the the tank. Wait, sorry. Mage, healer, tank, and hero. I think that's a pretty typical party setup. Who knows, when we have like a mascot down here or something. And then up here, we'll have like a big something. A big something here, terrorizing. Like he's the king of the, like the cave or something. Something, or we can have something silly. Maybe like a giant, I don't know, a giant cup of coffee with an angry face or something. We'll turn this dungeon into a boss encounter, or this cave into a boss encounter. Let me just flip it. Ugh! Yeah, we need to balance this out a little bit. Good tip if you want to start drawing or doing digital art is flip your canvas. It helps you see things that don't look correct and helps you correct them. What feels like a giant pufferfish? I don't know. Don't know what kind of big bad I want on top of this pedestal or this rock just yet. Let's do a little bit. Don't want to be too unleveled. So maybe I'll pop a R in like a whatchamacallem? Random word generator, and I'll see what comes up. Random animal generator. Right. Let's see what our first animal is. A boar, a bat, a rabbit, a puppy, and a walrus. The bat's the only one that seems to fit in, but there may be like a combination of a few. So maybe we'll have a boar bat puppy, boar bat rabbit. I definitely want that boar in there. That boar seems like it would be fun to do. A boar bat. So like a boar's head. I'm just gonna do roughs. Like a boar's heads with his tusks. What are boar's ears like? They're like sort of this. Just drew eyes. A boar's head. How would I... Maybe like boar head, rabbit ears. That kind of looks like bat ears as well. Kind of. Oh, maybe like a sort of similar shape to the Palumu from Monster Hunter, where it's kind of like a wyvern sort of deal, where oh goodness. So it's kind of like or like the dragons from Skyrim, where they sort of have the winged arms. Bit far from a bat, but the bat was the initial inspiration. So kind of like Kind of like this, I guess. What do bat wings look like? I like. I remember looking at the wings now. It's funny to think that the wings is essentially just the modified hands with the really long fingers. Ugh. Imagine if they didn't have like the webbing. They'll just be long-fingered creatures like an eye from Madagascar, I think they're from. Ugh, crazy. God, the fingers are so long. And they connect to the feet. Alright, so maybe so it's gonna have like a thumb that sort of will hook on the edge like there. And then it's gonna be like a gorilla, or I guess a gorilla where it's sort of knuckle walking, so that way the finger things can sort of splay out backwards. I'll have to change the pose of it, but I think this will be an alright encounter. Whoop, where's my marquee tool doing that? Where's my lasso? There it is. Oh no, I'm on the wrong layers. I'm on the wrong layers. It's too late now. It's too late. I'll just have to deal with it. Alright. So would I do the feet? Where's the Palumu? Palumu Monster. Oh, ain't that the cutest ball of fluff? Right, so it's kind of... Yeah, it kind of looks like a dinosaur. So maybe I'll just... Oh, maybe that's how I can incorporate more of the rabbit into this thing. Maybe that's how I can do it. Have rabbit feet. What rabbit feet look like. I wonder how the term lucky rabbit's foot came about. Is it because they can like they evade danger so easily? Unsure why that became a thing. It's a little bit scratchy, but we'll have to do for now. Lord, layer pains. But I have the sort of general idea of what I want now. The party members, they'll just be down here. Light source. There has to be a light source. So maybe like the masks. No, not the mascot. Maybe if they all have torches, or at least the tank has a torch, the hero will probably have a torch as well. And how would this thing be illuminated? Maybe this thing has like some sort of bioluminescence, like glowworms. Yeah? Yeah, like probably like glowwormy stuff. So he'll be like bluey. But this place is already somewhat blue enough. Given that it's in a cave. Think, Juggins, think. Yeah, maybe we'll just do like the cave has some bioluminescence. Maybe like instead of it just being a desolate cave, this cave has lots of like glowing fungus and plants, and maybe that's how this thing keeps itself alive. Yeah, we'll go with that. This cave has now like bioluminescence in it, so um okay, so if it won't be green, so it won't be green because there's no photosynthesis happening. I'll just have a look at cave plants real quick. Oh no, some cave plants have green. Yeah, some cave plants have green. Okay. Alright, why not? So, from what I've learned or from what I've been taught, if you want to have like various colors, having a place where they sort of all meet together, like a gray thing, helps blend them all together. So that way, like a green that blends here will also blend, or maybe not up there, but like a pink could blend in and not draw. Whoops, of Daisy. It helps keep the image together rather than just using a straight saturated pink or next to a straight saturated green. Just helps sort of balance everything out, I guess. Oop, I kind of need that green. Boop. Clear. So, maybe there'll be some like... I need to change that auto-saving function. Alright. Actually, I shouldn't. Well, probably once I get rid of that auto-saving function, my computer's going to crash and I'm going to lose probably hours worth of work. Yeah, this is not bad. Sorry, I have to paint on top of you. I'm so sorry. Maybe, and then maybe there's a how all these plants are getting their like energy. There's like a I don't know what you call it. A hole in the roof, a hole in the cave, a skylight. We'll go with that. There's gonna be a skylight in here to help give this place a little bit of color. That's too much color. I'm sorry, I have to like paint over you. We'll just get rid of this scene first. Gonna have to paint all over your body real quick. And I'll have to redraw you back in. Or at least leave an indication of where you are. I'm sorry, my abomination. Goodbye. Kind of think maybe like later on down the line, I'll just make a monster making stream where I just grab some ideas from peeps and just create monsters based on their ideas. That sounds like a fun idea. I'll have to write that one down actually. Stream monster making. Let's see. Hopefully some people can come up with some cool ideas. Yes, the stage is coming together. So now that there's more light, I guess I have to like define the background a little bit more, or at least add in a few more like vague indications of objects and things. Maybe not a lot, but just enough. Radio. So, boop, boop, boop. I think the grass can be a little bit more deeper. Yeah, we don't want it to be too. That's alright. So there's just going to be a few patches. What if I got a better brush than this? Good. You use the other marker. I need to make some new custom brushes. These ones are alright, but I wish to tweak them a little bit more. Actually, I might need to make it bigger. There we go. No, let's go back. Return to flat marker. Don't like the feel of that other one anymore. Alright. Beep, beep, beep. Just add some more rough indications. Maybe have like little hanging vegetation here. Sort of dripping off this rock formation. And maybe we have like a little, like a tree or something that sort of just shows this, like not a tree, a small, yeah, I guess it's a tree or a bush just sort of growing out the rock a little bit. Just an indication. But I guess we'll have the little heroes here giving a sense of scale to how big this beast is. I think the scene is coming together somewhat nicely. I'm sure there is a more efficient method of doing this, but I am unaware of it quite now, at the moment. Hopefully, with some more studying, I'll be able to figure out how to do things more efficiently. Take a sippy sip of a drink. All right. What's going on over here? What this? Do. Okay. So flip this. Yep, a few things I need to hash out. Ba-ba-bum. Okay. Yes, yes, yes. Might just quickly do that indication of that beast again. Alright, so it was... We'll start off with the arms. The wings or fingies of the bat. Kind of forming the wings. And then... I needed to be... How do I make this thing look imposing? So, here's the arm. And have the... Yeah, the upper arm? Bats have long necks. Look at that again. Bats. No, they have, like, no necks at all. Okay. Maybe... Alright, so maybe we'll just have, like, a... Just the head of the boar like this. With the ears of the rabbit. And then the snout. Just zoom in a little bit here. It's a bit rough, but we'll refine it later. Yeah, we'll definitely have to refine this later, but as long as we have the idea down. I don't... Maybe this the guy is, instead of like a dragon or a boss monster hoarding like jewelry and stuff, maybe he'd be hoarding carrots and vegetables? That'd be a funny idea. I'll keep that in mind. No, I don't like... The more I look at that, I think yeah, it's a monster, it's an abomination. We can make alterations. We can make it prideful by like ascending his head up, looking down upon the adventurers. Curious by having his head sort of towards the adventurers like he's sniffing it. But how do I want this guy? Maybe cautious. So maybe kind of like his head up there. And with his arms. His arms. Maybe we'll have his arms a lot larger. Just to make this thing appear a lot more larger than it is. Deselect. Okay, so if we have it like this. Probably that looks a little bit more imposing, like he's doing a threat display. But his body is actually like a tiny little thing, and his legs is mostly just back here. Maybe we'll just have like slight indications of it. It is kind of away from the view angle. I definitely do need to get some boar references. Just because the only boar that I can remember off the top of my head in terms of like having a memory of is Pumbaa from The Lion King. And that's not a very accurate portrayal. I mean, it's good enough, but needs something a little bit more than that. I think like the boar's nose is like a triangle. Yeah. Now I'm gonna look at this. If the body looks, with the arms being there, it's a little bit humanoidy. So maybe it'll be fine. It'll be fine. Let's not overthink it too much. Kind of comes down here because the body's over here, arm here, and the elbows. So his hand would actually be like this. His hand would be like this, or wing, whatever. Appendage is like this. So that's the monsters location. Heroes, I'm not going to dwell into them. They're going to be just pretty much like blobby things with indications. Alright, let's get back to the backgrounding. So, what else does this need? I think So if this thing was a monster of various types of animals, what would its overall texture be? Would it be furry? Would it be scaly? I mean, all the animals combined together into this being are all mammals, so it would definitely have some fur. But would they be like more? Would it be more like skin? Would there be like patches missing and just be skin like a bat, the bat's wings? So, yeah, the boar's head would probably definitely be fur. The wings, maybe we'll just do it like a bat as well. We'll leave it like with little to no fur. You might even see some of the sinuous fiber, like sinuous textures in there. As for the main body, I guess we can just keep it fur as well. Let me just zoom out just to see how this thing looks. Okay. Let me just quickly add in some more things just so I have a better visual on this thing. Maybe not with that brush. My brush. Just so I can see how this looks. Little bit of indications. Maybe I'll have like a... So, if this place is all brown, we'll have this guy like sort of in the reddish browny hue. I'll switch to my flat marker again, my favorite marker in the Citadel. Better than that. Just so that way we can have a city. Do 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 do. Right. On how this looks. All right. So we have the beast, we have the heroes. We've got the vegetation. Should I start refining now? I don't think I'm really adding anything more into this I think yeah, I think I should be refining now. Right? Why not? Let's go for it. Let's start refining. So I will lower the opacity just a little bit more. Alright. So make the block a little bit smaller as we work on some of the details here. So I think the most attention is going to be placed upon this large beast thing, so I'll probably meticulously work a little bit on the details surrounding this thing, and as we go further and further out, maybe even towards the foreground, I'll start putting just less, I won't say less effort, but less detail into it. I'll try and keep the shading and shapes and rendering somewhat simple. I don't want to over airbrush bits. I just want to keep like solid colors-ish. So if the light's coming in from the sky, I just need just something to help visually guide me. So the light, Lord, the light's coming down this way. Coming down that way. Just checking up. Okay. So if the light's coming down here, obviously. So how does light combine? Combines going towards yellow. So this blue thing would actually be this color, right? No. Incorrect, Juggins. Incorrect. Does it go this way? So blue in the sky. Nope. Yeah, I guess that's fine. Actually, we'll just keep it like this. We'll keep it like this for now. And then we can work something in later. I actually need to change this boulder a little bit. Or this rock formation. Rock formation, boulder, same thing. Da, da, da. Maybe we'll have it somewhat connecting it. No, we'll leave it disconnected. Just add some different shapes. Why not? Why'd I get a message? I'll look at it later. So, boop. And I think because there's a different plane here now, we'll have to use this as it's facing towards the sky. And then we swap back to this color as it's no longer facing the sky. Maybe I'll have like a little bit of variation. Why not? And then it's kind of like a step. Look. Hmm. Let me zoom out here. It's a bit too... doesn't look natural. Maybe if I, like, scubble around here. And then I'll have, like, maybe a few. Just a few little things here or something. Yeah, I think that's working together quite well. That's not looking too bad, in my opinion. It's not looking too bad. Hopefully the texture, like it's having like, the way I'm doing this hopefully has like a more rocky texture to it. I hope. Oh lord, that reminds me. A roommate of mine today, or rather last night, after coming home from work, um, thought it'd be a great idea to buy a lot of sushi. I'm not talking about like 2 paper bags worth of sushi. I meant a lot, like, but like 2 whole plastic bags, like the ones you would get used to get from a grocery store. We can't get them now because environment, but um, yeah, just 2 grocery bags worth of sushi, like the sushi rolls, and I actually have like a little bit of sushi here on the side for a little snack. But yeah, just decided to get a whole lot of sushi, and I was just sort of dumbfounded because that's a lot of sushi. I don't know how long those things keep for, but hopefully we can get through it before they all kind of spoil. There was in our fridge. There is just now like 1/8 of the fridge just dedicated to all these sushi rolls. I don't know why they decided to grab that, but we have it now, and decent snack, I guess. Yeah, I'm thinking this is kind of look rocky, right? Yeah, I think. I mean, it's pretty basic, but I guess it'll have to do for now. So I'll just do this. Bum 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 bum. Bum bum bum. I'll just darken all this back here. Try and keep the focal point towards the bat creature. Yes, yes, yes. It's all slowly coming together. Slowly. Very slowly. But coming together no less. You have another boulder here or something. Yes, yes, yes. A little boop. It's the secret little boop. Boop. Yes. Oh, I should have turned on the time lapse feature for this. I kind of wanted to see how that this turns out with the time lapse feature. That would have been nice. Oh well, next time, maybe when I start doing the fan arts. Yeah, I definitely should have. Maybe in future I'll have to do this, but I definitely should have started off just having the darkest parts here just be straight this dark color. It would have made it a lot easier than me having to repaint over some of these things. But you know, learning is learning. Learn from your things. Take another sip of the drink. Slowly getting this background in. I honestly wonder how long it takes for professional artists to render in their backgrounds. Especially for those of you who are over the age of 18, Cute Sexy Robots. Have you ever seen his or hers artwork? His background, other than his very nice forming of the human form, he also has these like little cool painterly backgrounds that he does, and I just wonder to myself, how long does it take for one to just make one of those? Because some of his backgrounds are just, though they're not the focal piece of the art, they're still pretty like they're still pretty. They're pretty. They're nice. I like them. I like them a lot. So I'm just trying to like just work on backgrounds because, all honesty, I find backgrounds relaxing. I'm a bit thanks Bob Ross. Backgrounds are just because there's no real structure to them. You can just sort of loosey goosey place things wherever you want. You can sort of feel out features. I kind of enjoy that process of just essentially having a ball of clay and just molding it into something. I always enjoy that feel. And it's not just because I absolutely suck at doing line art. That's not the reason. I absolutely don't suck at line art. And that's the reason why I am not avoiding it. That's the reason. Yes, that's the reason why I'm not avoiding it. I'm all right with line art. I'm definitely not the best, but I'm all right with it. But I just prefer just painting and then paint, like doing the way how I do stuff right now, sort of splatting shapes and then molding it. I enjoy that process. I used to do the whole I used to do the whole do the the art thing and then very carefully paint like within the lines. But I still do that somewhat to this day, though I just don't really find it as enjoyable as just what like I said, the way I'm doing it right now. Just blooping it on and moving things about. I think I mentioned in a previous stream, actually I might have mentioned in a previous stream, that I wish Clip Studio had. I just realized I'm on the paint on the wrong layer again. Pain. What's this? It should be on the same layer as this. Yeah. I wish there was they had the tool called the like a smearing tool. The closest I could find in this for a smearing tool is a tool that someone else made. I can't quite remember the name of his name, but essentially what the smearing tool does is, let's say I have for those who don't know, let's say I have a character or a object or a thing. Let's say it's Johnny Longhands, and we'll do it like this. Yeah, Johnny Longhands, and I noticed that his other hand is like slightly lower. I want these arms sort of to be on the same side, like the same height. See how this one's like slightly lifted? What the smear tool would allow me to do is sort of allow me to lift. Wait, this is not the smear tool. Or liquid brush, rather, or a liquid tool would allow me to just elevate his hand up. But this tool is not. It doesn't liquefy the way that other programs do. This one's just a custom brush, and essentially it's a clone stamp. So basically, what a clone stamp is, if I set a reference to this thing here, wherever I paint, it'll essentially use whatever reference points I use as the like a place to copy. For example, I could be like, okay, I want to paint another arm. That's like there. I want to paint another. I want to duplicate this thing, but I'm a bit lazy. I'll just do it like this, and then probably just erase this excess here. But yeah, that's essentially what this liquefy brush is, and it's not exactly what I want, and yeah, it's just unfortunate. Maybe hopefully when they update this some more, they'll have the brush or the function. The closest thing as well that I can manage to do in terms of just liquefying is to mask the area and then and by editing the mesh. But it's a bit wonky in how it works. It does work a little bit, but that's like, yeah, it's not ideal for me at least. So if on the off chance that a person from Clip Studio Paint is watching this, on the very, very slight off chance, liquid brush when? Right, let's get back to work. I was thinking about opening up my commissions soon. I don't know. I'm just a bit shy, not shy. Worried, I guess. I'm a bit worried that my art, or the way, like, you know, the products that I give out is not up to people's standard, and I'm just kind of worried about that. I have chat with a few people about it, and they said it's fine, just go for it. But you know, there's always that lingering thought, like, oh, maybe the painting's not good enough, or maybe, oh, they hate it. What do I do now? I'll have to. I'll definitely will open up my commissions soon for drawing people's maybe VTuber models or whatever they want, really. I'm not really going to be rigging. I'm not going to become a rigger. One, I don't have the full version of Live 2D, so I'm quite limited into what to give people on their models. And for those who don't use Live 2D, or those who don't know how Live 2D works, when you have the free version, you're like I mentioned, you're like limited to a certain amount of parameters, and the parameters, what they do, they like control like how you jiggle how you open your mouth, how you blink, how you wink, your eyebrows, pretty much anything that moves on the model. There's a parameter for it. You can like stack up a few moving parts on one parameter, but if you want to get creative, or rather, if you want to do some fancy stuff, more parameters do help. However, one of the other things is that's probably why I would probably want to get the pro version is when you're making full models, like full body models, the free version only gives you a very small texture atlas. So what a texture atlas is what is essentially like, think of it as a, how would I think of it as like a piece of no. How would I explain a texture atlas for those who are unaware what a texture atlas would be? Texture atlas would be like a reference. So whenever Live 2D, or no, not Live 2D, whenever a program that uses a 2D model has to render or make the model appear like me, they go towards the texture atlas, pick out the parts. So let's say they want my left eye. That's my right eye. They want my left eye. They would go to the texture atlas, get the left eye, and place it upon the model. The problem is, on the free version, the texture atlas is very, very small. 2,000 and something pixels by 2,000 and something pixels. And if you want to have like a full body model, you can imagine how pixely your appearance will become. So yeah, unfortunately, and maybe in the future if I get a more stable income from commissions, and if I feel like I'm up to the task, I'll open up like rigging models. But at this point in time, really just art commissions is the thing I'm worrying about, or rather thinking of. Oh, Juggins, did you do it again? Did you put on the wrong layer? Look. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I am certain there's like a more efficient way of doing all these boulders. But who cares? Who cares? We're here to relax. We're here to have fun. We're here to enjoy. And we're here to learn a little bit by experimenting. Alright, let me just get rid of these. I mean, it's not looking too bad. It's not looking too bad. I definitely will have to like render a little bit more. But I'm liking how it's looking. Maybe I'll have to like add in some like more varied textures or something. Maybe I'll like, do I have a textured brush? What's the gouache blender? Maybe I'll add textures into it later. Just like sort of putting it on top. I kind of want to grab some like I want to make some brushes with like various different sort of textures, just to add some like interesting visuals. Hopefully. Yeah. So. So I guess this kind of rock that this creature is standing on is going to be all like brokeny, lots of cracks all over the place. Maybe there'll be a lot of like places to add some more like vegetation into it, like little plants growing out. And since the light source is on here, it'll have lots of maybe like all these light colors to help bring this out forward to hopefully distract the viewers from looking, or the lookers to keep away from the background and how low rendered it will be. Well, most of the visual interest just be with the interactions between the adventurers and the bat boar rabbit creature. What would you name this creature? This bat boar rabbit hybrid. If this creature had like a name in the Dungeons and Dragons lexicon, in the bestiary, what name would it have? Yes, yes, yes. Plan is slowly coming together. Unsure if rocks actually split like this, but we'll go with it. This is fantasy. This is the physics holds no meaning in this place. Physics doesn't even exist. It's a hoax. Wake up, sheeple. How does that look? Let me just zoom on out a little bit. Is it too sharp? I think it might be too sharp. Let me grab a... Probably I'll start using my brushy brush. Do I use my brushy? Or my dry brush? But dry brush. Maybe I'll just start using this. Because to me it looks too sharp. think I'm liking this a little bit better. Is that any better though? This brush is not that great. Yeah, I definitely need to make my own custom brushes. Ugh. Yeah, this is not bad. Yeah, it's a little bit better. I'm liking this one a lot better. Oh, maybe I can like... I think I'll be able to edit this, actually. I wonder if it'll pop up when I edit this. Show table, does it? No, it doesn't. That's unfortunate. So what am I gonna do? Because I like the brush where it's sort of like squished and at an angle. I just like the appearance and shapes that that sort of brush makes. So how do I squish this? Squish? Why are you not squishing? Squish. Angle. Let's just put it at 45. Why is it not squishing? Maybe a vertical squish? Okay, yeah, there we go. So I'll just adjust the thickness. How thick is this? Not thick enough. 50? Too thick. Maybe 25. That's alright. Alright, let's get back to it. Let's first just get rid of that. Wait, what is this? Alright. Back to it. Oh, that's not bad. Might be 2. Why is it so long? Is it because my brush is too large? So we'll go back to 10. Yeah, well, I think this has to do. We don't want it too thin. Alright. Just gonna paint over these parts here again. Yeah, the previous brush I was using, it just looked a bit too sharp. I just wanted to just sort of soften out these rocks a little bit. I just wasn't happy because maybe I was just paying too much attention to them. But, like, when I was looking at the rocks, I couldn't keep my eyes away from them because there was just too many sharp things. So maybe if I, like, soften them out a little bit, it'll help keep the view off them. It might be also the contrast, but I think we need the contrast to help, like make the image have more appeal to it or something. Okay, maybe a little bit larger the brush. There we go. Nice, nice, nice. I'm liking this brush. Yes, yes, yes. This might be one of my favorite brushes now. For you artists out there, find your favorite brush. Oh, dude, I am like loving this. It feels so nice. Yes, I am loving this brush. Also, those who are aspiring for art, you don't need any fancy equipment. I do not have a Cintiq. I am using a graphics tablet, a Wacom. Let me just have a look. A Wacom Intuos pen and touch tablet. So you definitely do not have to have high-end stuff to do art if you love art enough or aspire to do it. I've seen people do it with mouses. If you can do it with a mouse, props to you. You are a god amongst men. But yeah, you don't really need any fancy equipment. You don't have to have the touch display or because the Cintiqs are very nice. They are, I will admit, I do want one. They are nice, but they are absolutely not needed. You do not need a Cintiq to make good art. If anything, it's just a quality of life sort of deal. Yes, yes, yes. See, another reason why I like this sort of free form art is you can literally just you have like molding clay. Look at that. Without having to do much, I was able to resize the plane of this boulder just by sculpting away at it. Oh, thanks, Unknown. Yeah, just doing some stuff here. Just an illustration. It was initially just going to be a cave painting, but decided to just make it into an illustration with a beast that has no name yet. It is a combination of a boar, a rabbit, and a bat, just from a animal generator, just fighting against a party of adventurers. Also, welcome. Thanks. So, how'd you come upon this stream, if you don't mind me asking? Just put the opacity back down. So right now, still trying to do all these things. I'm just trying to soften out some of these boulders again, because I think they're still a little bit too sharp. I think I might have added too much contrast to where there's like no light. And see if I can also like work in some textures to help, I don't know, make some more visual interest. So I also still need to remember that there is this. Wait, what the heck? Did I paint that on the? I can always get rid of it. Yeah, I also need to remember that there's also a light source coming in, so these rocks, I will have to like work in some other colors into it eventually. Actually, I should probably work on that now. I'll get back. I'll get to it. Okay, so I think I should probably stop touching these rocks for now, and then start working on the foreground, because not only are you paying attention onto this. Actually, I'll just get rid of this indication thing now before it becomes a problem. Kind of feel like a derp for drawing this in the wrong layer, but luckily this is on nothing important, so I can just literally paint over it. For that. Bam. And the mistake is gone. So yeah, I like to join random streams and found you, and I really like your art. Oh, okay. Nice. And thanks again. Yeah, I mainly do art on Twitch. I don't really play many games. And the games I do play, they're often either like not very stressful games like Apex or Valorant. I'm not very good with the FPSs and very stressful games. Or games that require like, you know, Twitch precision, expert precision, that sort of things. So how's your day, night, evening been? So I will have to like darken. No, we've got to work in the foreground because this is going to be like a focal point, but eventually the viewer's eyes is going to be drawn to here. Good. How about you? It's not too bad. It's a little bit cold where I am. But yeah, it's not too bad. Thanks. So I'm thinking with this foreground area, we do have all this plant and vegetation. So it's nice to meet you. Nice meeting you too, Unknown. Nice to meet you too. So with the foreground, I'm unsure if I want to put rocks or just put this all dirt. It is like a cave-like area. Do caves often have dirt? I think they would, especially if it has a skylight area. Sediment would probably fall in. Oh, cave ground. It would be just rock, I believe. Ground. Yeah, it's like rocky. Cave grounds are usually like rock. Like little chunks and bits of rock. So maybe I'll have, yeah, I'll definitely have it like a more soily appearance. So maybe a more, yeah, maybe like, so we'll go to a brownie sort of hue. A little bit dark because it's a lot easier to work with darker than moving up to light than it is from light moving to dark. A little bit. It's probably a bit too. What if you go to like a more purpley hue? Yeah, that's not too bad actually. Okay. So if we just cover the ground, and then we can go over some of the vegetation. We can always paint on top of it. And then boop. Can always paint on top of this. Yes, yes. Slowly getting there. That's not too bad. So I'll redo some of these. Do some of these vegetations. I'll just do some, again, loosey-goosey indications. Just do some of these. And then I'll probably add some better shadows down there. Oh, I just got an idea. So maybe to help frame this image, I'll have to go, but I'll come back another time. Day or night. Yeah, no. Thanks for popping by, and I hope to see you around sometime as well. Where was I? Oh yeah. So to help frame this picture a bit more, maybe I should let me just quickly. I'll put on a new layer in case I don't like it. Just to help frame this picture, I'll have like rocks in the foreground, like over here, just to help frame the image a little bit better. Let me just get my marker. I am using my marker. Just to help frame the image a little bit better. And while that's in the foreground, I can also place some... I don't want that. Hold up. Maybe if I do it this way... Oops. Because I don't want to, like, get rid of the information here. So maybe, like, rocks like this. So, like, we're peering into this place, and this is, like, our window into the painting. So I'll just quickly do some rough indications again. What are you doing? Oh, crud. I should probably save this before I lose it. So I'm just going to call this cave painting. Cave. Heroes. Fight. Monster. Why not? Just allow it to save before I lose all my stuff again. Okay, so this is in the foreground. So I guess I should probably sharpen this up. Oh no, I don't need to sharpen anything. But this will be here. Actually, that should be a lot sharper though. So I'll probably just shrink this down real quick. So, oop. Yeah, so this would definitely be on a separate layer as I work on the background. I don't often lose many layers. I know, maybe it's just... I don't know. I need to start getting into the habit of using more layers, because they are extremely useful. They are beyond extremely useful. I just keep forgetting to, or at least the style and the way I've sort of paint doesn't often let me use it. It's not really blending for some reason. More brushy. And brush is not that great. I'll just use the flat marker again. Okay. And then I'll probably put some vegetation here. Maybe I'll have like a pretty flower or something placed here. Yeah, it's not bad. All right. But the light is coming from out there, so maybe I have to make it a little bit darker. Like there. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, 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 yes. Love it when it all comes together. Flip. Yes. All right. Just add some more little interesting things here. Yes. Yeah, it's actually I don't like that rock formation like that. Hold on, I'll just leave it like this. And then while that's in the foreground, again, have some vegetation on this. So I'll actually make a new layer again. I gotta get into the habit of making new layers for certain things. Alright. And then I'll just have, maybe I'll have it a bit darker because it will have a bit more depth here. So maybe I'll have like a flower sort of blooming through. I'll have a quick gander for some inspiration for what cave flowers, if cave flowers exist. Just so I know what kind of things would bloom in a cave. Oh, they're like orchids. Actually, that kind of makes sense. I remember hearing about orchids being like a bubble in the past, like an economic bubble. People were just sort of buying, collecting all these orchids like they were collectors' things because there'd be some orchids that could only grow in caves and they would demand a higher price because of their rarity. And it all just kind of popped in the end because everyone just like, why, why we do this? Why we buy orchid? But wow, imagine being like that individual who starts a bubble. How much money you would like attain from that? A trailblazer? So I'll just do some indications. I don't want to spend too much time on this section here. I just want to just get some stuff down. Just so there's some visual interest. I don't want there just to be no interests. Makes a lot of sense. So maybe this is like, I don't know what you would call this stuff. There's like a plant that grows in like small tight bundles. What does this thing call it on the Googles? Okay, it doesn't really have an. It's not giving me a name, but I want to place a couple like around here because they're kind of cute. And then this will be a small budding flower. There's a small budding flower. Maybe it's, yeah. It's not quite grown yet, so I'll just put like a little bulb on here. So we've got, so majority of this of this painting is like sitting around the bluish zone. Maybe we'll have the flowers be like like a pink. Yeah, maybe like a pink or something. Because if we go more blue, maybe we'll just get lost. Or maybe we'll have it still blue and have it punched through with like being a more saturated blue, like a cyan blue. Well, let me have a look. Or is that too distracting? Would that be too distracting? Alright, let's try with the pink. Yeah, it's a little bit less. Because if we go for a yellow, that's like the polar opposite. It can. Maybe I'll go with. Maybe I will go with a blue. Maybe I will have to go with some blue. Let me zoom in and out again. Because if you look at it from a thumbnail point of view. So that's the blue, but if I put a pink, or maybe go with a purple. Actually, the purpley's not bad. Maybe I'll have like a couple. Maybe I'll have like the flowers, like with the actual flower on it, be purple. And let me have a look. So we'll have the actual flowers be purple. And like the little budding things here, we'll probably have them at various colors. So maybe like this one here, we'll have it blue. I'll have it a little bit muted though. So this one here has like little blue flowers growing out of here. Maybe some of the flowers are like growing outwards. We'll refine it later down the line. Are there flowers with different colors? Like the same bush or the same shrubbery having many different colors. I want to know that. Or I can just throw it out the window because this is fantasy. We'll throw it out the window because this is fantasy. It doesn't matter. Although I do want to space them out somewhat pleasantly. I think that might be too bright though. Hold up. So with the pink, no, the purple. No, we want... Maybe I will just have to keep him like this. I'm not liking how it's looking. Maybe that one's on the blue one. Actually, no, we'll just keep it blue. It's just, I don't know, it's a bit too distracting. And then we can refine it later down the line. But yeah, that's kind of the idea. So I'm also going to change up this flower up here. We'll change up this flower. What's a nice, beautiful flower that we can use for a template? Flower designs. I'm kind of digging those trumpets. Have a look at more of those trumpet flowers. Yeah, it kind of like dangles down. Maybe this thing has like many. Yeah, that'd be different. Maybe this thing has like many flowers sort of stemming off it, forming like a bunch of little trumpets. Maybe they'll all come off. Maybe, yeah, I'm liking this. So the trumpets sort of form on one side of the plant. Majority one side of the plant, I guess. This will be like an exotic one. And this one, we'll have it like growing, but it's like budding. So this grows up. So we'll have it like this. And then purple. And then there's just a bunch of little things here. I'll have to refine it later, but it's just to help just know what's going on. Okay, so this one, trumpet, is gonna be blooming out like this. This one is probably starting to bloom. And this one here is just like the other one, where it's sort of blooming out now. I will have to correct these, or, yeah, refine these things. But now we have the idea here, so there's a little bit more visual interest. So I can separate this a little bit. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I need to stretch. Oh, my lord. How long have I been going for? 2 hours? Yeah, I definitely need a stretch. Oh, Lordy, have mercy. Jublex, give me strength. Oof. Take another swig. It's getting a little bit hot in here. Let me just quickly grab this. Oh, my lord. What? Oof. Just give my hand a bit of a shake. Do some stretches. Boom. I can feel them crack. Alright. Let's go, gamers. Back at it again. So, we have the front. I might group these together and just call this foreground or something. Foreground. So I can easily boop, boop. Alright. And I'll call this one B ground. Background. Okay. Now let's get back to this ground. And because these areas here, I'm going to switch back to my brushy. No. My oil brushy. No. Where'd my brush go? There it is. Wait, where'd my... Oh, what's going on with my mic? Hold up. Allow me to quickly fix this. Better, I think. Okay. All right. So now these things under the, like, where it's not catching any light at all, darker. So that's not working. Where's my... I have a feeling that brushy, oil paint brushy is... Oh, it's doing its job now. Okay. Just around here. I wonder if I can make it a bit larger so I don't have to... Yeah, that's right. I feel like this would be a better job for the flat marker. Just because I want that... I don't want to put too much pressure into on my hand to make all these things just darker, where I can just use the marker. And then I'll be able to blend it out using my oil brush. Yeah, that's a lot better. Definitely a lot better. Yes, yes, yes. Then go back to the oil paint. And then I can blend it out a little bit. This is not... Hold up. Is my brushy better with this sort of one? Yeah, my brushy seems to be doing a bit better. So I will flat tip this one out too. Edit. Squish. We'll set it to, what was it again? 50%. And the angle, 45. No, not 150. 45. Let me flip this image. Is that looking alright from a distance? Not really. Yeah, this brush is not really working it. I think, again, back to flat marker. Yeah, that's unfortunate. I guess it's only really for blending light tones or similar tones together. I'd have a little bite of this little sushi here. Don't mind me. Mm-mm-mm. Okay. Why is my connection flip-flopping all over the place? What's going on? Settle down. Hopefully I might have to like do a little bit of bloop bloop. Alright. So it's kind of coming together a little bit more. So I just need to find a nice brush or something to help me blend this lower section here. I want something that has a little bit of texture. Hopefully this gouache. No, the gouache, wrong color. I think I tried this one before. Hopefully it's just rough enough so it can give me like that groundy sort of feel to it. Yeah, it's not doing a bad job. Whoa! Zoomed right out there. Holy crud. Alright. Yeah, the gouache is not bad and give me that like rough-ish texture. That's not bad. So maybe I can like, because this texture's not, it's not too bad. Maybe I can be able to like add in ground texture just using this brush alone. We'll see how it turns out. Okay, sorry, plants. Just gonna wipe you out. Yeah, alright. I mean, it's not doing bad job. It's not the best. I just hope the textures doesn't make this the texture that it's currently giving out doesn't make it look too gross. Maybe I need more variations in hue to make it help to make it maybe look better or something. So what if I throw in like blip, 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 blip. There, blip, and then some blues. Blip, 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 blip. Then we just sort of smush them all together a little bit. I don't know if this looks good or not yet. I guess we'll find out soon enough. Just zoom in out. So, I always wondered with just with painting in general, how people can quickly sort of discern colors. Like for me, if I was to like look at I don't know, a tree, like I'm like the most all I can see is green and like okay, maybe if I squint a little bit harder I can see some yellows here and there. I'm but I know a couple of people who just look at a tree and be like, ah yes, I've analyzed every single leaf. I see that there's red, there's a brown, there's purple. I can see the purple in that tree, and I can also see the blue from the reflection of the sky. And I'm looking at that tree going, I see green and brown, maybe red. Maybe that color over that leaf over there is starting to die a bit. It's kind of like browny, orangey, burgundy. It's I'm not very good at like seeing world through colors just yet. Maybe soon. Oh, is my canvas saving? Yes, it is. I might actually do a proper save though. Let me just. Yeah. You know, one day I'll be on that level where I can just eyeball things and just see the colors and how the colors are made. But at this point in time, I'm just not at that level. Sorry, greens. Gonna have to push you back a little bit. Okay, but with all this being pushed back now, I think this dirt looks a little bit better. It's not just flat color, and it has like a little bit of variation to it, I guess. Just so it's not just the one flat color. Just have something like that. I don't know. Is that natural? Does that look like... I don't know if that's what dirt would look like. I will... Maybe I'll have like a... Because this thing's sort of in light, so maybe I'll have like... A little bit of light over on top of it. Does that kind of ruin it? Yeah, it's not looking too hot. Maybe like where the character's standing, I'll just put a little... Just something to highlight them a little bit better. And maybe I'll have them more centered, so maybe like they're here. So I'll just put some gouache textures. Hopefully that'll be alright. This ground has like just different stuff on it. But now we're gonna just maybe I'll do, new layer. So now I'm just gonna put back in all those plants. Now I could probably, because we've established that there is like flowers and stuff, I can probably speckle this with different little colors here and there. I do want to thin this out like this. And maybe I'll have like a little bit of greenery over here, just so there's better separation between that boulder and this background here. Maybe like this. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay. Yeah, maybe I have this, and then there's another patch just sort of going this way, like that. From a cave, this is turning more floral now. We're going for more. Should I have some more flora going down here? I'll think about it. I'll keep it in mind. I'll have to merge these down eventually. Flip the canvas. Maybe this will be like a little shrubbery. Speaking of shrubberies, you can add some flora just here and there. A tree or some sort of tree-like thing maybe growing out here. So this thing's sort of growing out this like this. I don't want too many of these trees. Just enough. Just enough so that way it's just not all rocks. Just enough for there to be... yeah. Maybe I'll just cover up like this area here with another bush. Yeah, another thing I like this brush for, it gives that, like, because of it's like flat, you can use it to help texture out some of the foliage. Foliage? Foliage is the top. So maybe I'll just say plants. Yes, yes, yes. I believe this is all coming together. If this is not coming together, I don't know what it is. Oh, Lord. Maybe I'll start working on the bat now. On this creature here. Just because I want to, like, see it. I want it to be more realized. Alright, so... we have the general shape, though I am going to, like, mold and sculpt it a little bit more. Let me just grab this head. Am I using my flat marker? I am, cool. So the head... the ears of a rabbit. So maybe I'll make it more pronounced like this. I'll just highlight this, downlight this, whatever you call it. Lower the opacity. Whoops. Okay, so now go for a more purpley color, lower the saturation and contrast. And this will help me sculpt out this bat creature a lot easier. Just help me define where the head is going to be. I'm going to have a look at the pig's head so I can have a better understanding of how pigs' heads are shaped. Boar's head, sorry. Boar head. It's probably going to give me some Children of the Fly. What's it called? Island of Flies? Children of the Flies? Lord of the Flies. Lord of the Flies things. Oh, so like the head is... okay, it's a lot different. This is why we use reference. It's a lot different than I thought it was. So, like the top of the head, we'll just... yeah, we'll do it this way. We'll start off with... we'll just make everything dark first. And then we can like resize and reshape. So yeah, this is like this is the boar's head, and its shape is sort of like this. And then We got the brown. Just shape it out a little bit better. And it sort of goes down like there. I'll carve away a little bit here. Yep, that's not the thing. Flip. Okay, so this plane here, like this, and its snoot kind of goes like this. Okay. And then the top of the boar's head. Kind of, maybe not so. Yeah, it's still a bit. No, we're getting away from it too much now. That's alright. And the top of the boar's head, so I mean, yeah, so kind of goes like this. And then on the head itself, it's more flat than I thought it would be. As for the nose kind of like comes with like together as a lip. So maybe I'll use this, but like a more darker version. Okay, a much more darker version. So I do want the piggy to be looking at the adventurers. So the adventurers are roughly, let me just draw like a circle about roughly where they'll be. So they're going to be about here, and I want the pig creature to be looking sort of at them, just so you can have the relationship between the pig and the creature. I will have to, I'll just move these arms out of the way. I'll get the head down first, and then I'll build the rest of the body. Actually, I think this would be a good time to use my oil brush. So this is like using a thumb on clay and just sort of mushing the clay about to try and get that form you want. It's how I sort of imagine this brush. So the eyes are like way up here. So the eyes are like, they're like here. I think when I have to make new planes, I have to use my marker, just because it's a lot easier. As for the boar's eyes, they are like almost black. So I'll make them almost black as well. Okay, I might just remove this thing now. I don't need the little guides for now. It's just getting in the way. So yeah, most of the pig's nose is like a lighter. Yeah, I think I did this wrong. So it's like a lighter color than the rest of the body. So I'll just do it like this. Yeah, I think that's looking better. Just sculpt away to shape it a little bit more. Zoom in on that head. And then in the little piggy nostrils, I'll do some nostrils. Yes. Nostrils are coming together. Nostrils. I think I'll have to fix that up there. Yes, yes, yes. Look at that beauty. That's a nose if I've ever seen one. Let me just turn this a little bit. So the next rest of the plane, it's sort of like, kind of goes like this. I will cut, or rather remove, this bottom lip area and push it in a little bit more. And the tusks sort of does move like this. So I'll just quickly put in some little indicators of where the tusks are not going to pop out before I continue on. Let me just have a quick gander. Yeah. I think it's coming together. Tusks. Tusks are pretty much bone white. So because it's like white and we're in a cave, I'll have it slightly tinted blue. Or rather purple? Purpley blue? Maybe a little bit more blue than that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. The tusks are actually like near towards more the front. So maybe I'll have like two. Maybe I'll have like tiny little tusks. Actually, I'll use a more smaller marker like this. So I'll have a tiny like little tusks at the front. Just sort of like little cute little tusks. And because these tusks are popping out, I'll just quickly do a little plane change thing here. And then on these ones, the bigger tusks, Maybe I'll have it like here. Like this. And I'll do a little bit of shading or rendering to help give it that more 3D appearance. Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. Just have a quick gander. Yeah, it's not too bad. I will quickly do this. Just so it's a little bit more rounder. And on the other side, I might actually do a paint behind the layer on this one. So this one has to be more protruding forwards, I believe. Yeah, like that. I think. Because there's not like turning his head. It's like a 3/4 sort of view. I can always use the transformation tool to help change its appearance. Yeah. Yeah. Flatten out his head a little bit more. Bum. Oh boy. Alright. Maybe like these tusks. Turn it a little bit more. Just a smidge. Yes. Just quickly check something real quick. Boop. Environment. So I take my hand like a little bit of a stretch. So, check here real quickly. Let's get back into it, gamers. Just have to go quickly check something, that's all. So, now we're just going to try and paint on the correct layer. And what I'm trying to do with this, what I'm doing right now, I'm trying to just add a little bit of texture to the ball. Just a little bit. I just want to see how it looks with a bit of fur. And so the back end of this face is kind of like this. Slide here. So there is the rabbit ears I have to deal with now. So, rabbit ears. the base. So on the boar, the ears are like located roughly around here. So I'll just make them a bit larger than usual. Again, fantasy monster. And over here as well. Just little nubs. And then have the ears kind of like this. May I have a look at what rabbit is real quick. Rabbit is. Okay, so these are like more hair ears, if anything, but I like the more spoon-shaped appearance of it, so I'll do that. So we're just going to be overall shape with the darkest shade we've got, just so we can work in the lights easier. Maybe I should have the ears slightly higher. It's alright. It's alright, we've got this. Place the ears over here. Start rendering out that way. Boop. Yes, yes, yes. Again, it is a fantasy creature, so I guess I don't really have to, I'm not really too restricted on what the pig creature is gonna be like. So I can just sort of add in like extra things here and there. The pig, the boar is more of just the inspiration to it. I might as well add the... Just add a bit of the shading here real quick. It's a bit too dark. Just little indications for now. More for my eye. Okay. Ooh. Emma, what time is it? Almost hitting 4 hours. I think at the 4 hour mark I might call it. And then I'll continue on with this later. Who knows, maybe like later on down the day I might just play like a nice calm game. It's been a while since I've actually done some proper like game. I've mostly just been drawing and making stuff. No actual games being played and such. I wonder what game I should play. I'll have a look through my list. Maybe I'll find some chill games. Maybe cultist simulators. That'd be fun. Can always do Slime Rancher again, but put at rush mode and try and get as much money as possible. That'd be fun. I'll have to have a look at my library. Yes, yes, yes. They have like little fluffs coming out the ears. Whoops. Oh, who's a handsome boy? Who's that handsome boy? Look at you. Can I use my oil brush? Look at that. It's all coming together. And then little... I shouldn't. Should I? Nah, we're too early. We're too early in the process. I can't add little... Oh, but it looks so nice. No, we gotta do things in order. We gotta do things in order. Highlights too early for the highlights. As nice as it looks. Okay. I like that. Grab the oil brush. Look at that handsome boy. Oh, what'd I do? I'm pressing the wrong button. Oh, look at that handsome boy. Alright. I'll have to do some more work on the head. But I want to move on to the body. Actually, I'll do this on a... I'll cut his head off. For now. Just like this. And then I'll work it all in afterwards. So, with the body of this boar, I just need to figure out how exactly, like logistically, it's going to be like shaped out. I am liking how the Palumu from Monster Hunter is looking. Maybe I'll borrow its sort of body shape and just sort of use that as like a base. Palumu. Oh, look at that big boy. Yeah, the thing, he just doesn't have like a long ass neck. So maybe we'll just make the neck a little bit longer. So kind of like this for him. That's enough of a neck, I think. And then the actual body shape. It's like, oh wow. It's like a like a like a like a plump, kind of like this. I don't know what I'm gonna do for the tail. I'll figure out a tail later. I just gotta, maybe if I use circles it'll help me visualize a bit better. Yeah, it's actually a lot better. So the head's there. The body's there. And this is where the not the body, the upper part is there. So this is where the arms would like branch out. And then on the butt ends like here. Is that enough to be facing towards the people? Hold on. If I... Oh, Lord help me, I'm on the wrong layer. What's new, Wiggly? What's new? Cut! I'll just merge these guys down. Just merge these guys down. Alright. So yeah. If I were to, like... I just need to help visualize this a bit better. To help me visualize this a bit better, I'm just gonna add, like, simple plops of shades where the circle-y bits are. So, like... if I place it here... maybe, like... if I angle it a little bit differently... that's not too bad. Because eventually I still need to incorporate that rabbit. So rabbit legs are like this, I think. Judging from how this picture is. Kind of coiled up. Dang, he thick. It's kind of like this. If when the little rabbit leg is like spooled up. So that's like that. As for this part here. So this is where the actual upper arm of this creature is going to be. I'll use a new layer again. And then, so he's like trying to look threatening. Maybe I'll have like the arms around here. And have it coming out this way. And it is elongated, so like he is like part bat, so it is going to be elongated, which works in our favor. As it now goes here. And his like little thumb hooks onto like the, I don't know, shrubbery, whatever I'm going to place there. And then this is like his hand parts. And actually, this, if I do it like this, it probably will also help me cover up some of this ground, so it's less work for me having to render in. So it's not too bad. So if I do it like that... how am I going to make this little fold here? I'll figure something out for that fold. Maybe I'll have it like this to sort of indicate that it's connecting down to the to like the feet somehow. It needs to be like this. And then I'll have like little extra things to finger out like this, just because it looks cool. Yeah, it's not looking too bad. Just like little knuckle things there. Yes, yes, yes. Wiggly likes. All right. Yeah, that's not looking too shabby. This bat creature is going to be... Actually, I should probably have the membrane a different color. Maybe more fleshy. What's a more fleshy color? Like this? Is this more fleshy? Yeah, that's right. Oh my goodness me. Here it is. Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Ooh, hoo, hoo. Boy, look at that. Yes, yes, yes. I'm absolutely loving this brush. The texture of it is just like for that rough look, that texture is I love it. I just wish I knew how it like interacted with other colors a bit better. Cuz look at that, it's not really... Hold on, maybe if I have to add a little bit more yellow to it. Oh! Yes! I've cracked the code. See, yeah, Lordy have mercy. Dublex, give me strength. This is going to be the creature. So I guess if I want to make it darker, I add a little bit of course, add like purple into the mix. And then, oh, maybe a little bit darker than that. No? Oh, yes. That is, ooh. Wiggly likes. All right. Gotta do the same thing over here, though. Maybe if I zoom in a little bit more, so that way I have better control. Hand's starting to cramp up a little bit because of this small surface area. I'm going to get some carpal tunnels for sure. Have it like a bit thinner. This. All right. So now on the other side of this boar creature, what is this on? Yeah, on this boar creature, gonna have to have that other hook So we'll do it like how we. There's like a thing that I learned when you're drawing hands doing specific things, like, for example, picking up a can on a table from a distance, I guess, from a reasonable distance. You draw the hand first, then imagine the arm afterwards. Draw the hand where at its destination, and then link the body with the arm. And I'm going to be doing the same sort of thing here. Draw the hand first, and then imagine what the other side is going to be like. And then bam, look at that. Rather than me having to guess the destination, I can just draw the hand and the destination's just set. I just have to I still need to like visualize it, but less effort required than that delicious bat wing. Should probably do some more darker stuff here. So it is curving this way, so I'll just do a sneaky layer thing here. Look at me using up layers. Oh, I'm so proud. Do one of these. And then, using this color here, just add just a little bit. Actually, it needs to just, we'll just put dark. Let's make it a bit darker. Okay, darker than that. Yes. Okay. So, now that we got this sort of other side of the wing in place, I can actually visualize this a lot. Together, because I'm happy with how its shape is. I'm just gonna have to just figure out what I'm gonna do with this back end. What I do want to do though is to help make this like the leg area a little bit more defined, just to help lean in, just to help the viewer understand that it is more of a rabbity sort of leg, or rather that this is a leg here rather than just a plump part. Plumpers. Oh crap! Let me double check something real quick. We got some time left. So, yeah, I already merged it. So now I have to just try and figure out how I'm gonna do this. Maybe if I do it like this. So if I like indicate with a bit of highlights, maybe like using the bat's highlights, the creature's highlights first. This is in like, so when the light's coming down, a shadow's going to be cast. So maybe like under here, I may just make it, if not very black, very dark. Because this part here is just going to be all shadows. Mostly. double check something. Alrighty. So right now, just trying to add a little bit more textures to this creature. Actually, maybe I can just merge the head now. Yeah, I'll just merge the head. Just so I can get it more homogenized, more together. Yeah, see, if I didn't merge together, I would notice that there's this large space here that just is absent of anything. Okay. Alrighty-o. I might actually use this color a little bit more. No, that's way too. I'll just do it this way. Start sewing the head onto this creature like a mad scientist. Yes, yes, yes. All coming together. Where's the oil brush? And maybe not yellow, blue. Too bright. Oh, I just had an idea. Despite this thing being a mammal, maybe it'll be like have eggs. Yeah, yeah, yeah. What kind of eggs, what color would this be? We'll have it being the same sort of color as the foreground flowers, just so there's just sort of using the same sort of color scheme. So there should be like a nest of sorts under here. What kind of... Yeah, 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 I'm liking this. So like a nest like this, I reckon. So we'll just have like splatter all this around here. And then boop. Maybe a little bit darker than that. Flat marker. And then just add like little twigs and fluff and such, using the flat marker to help add some more of that delicious texture that we also craved. Just indications. I'm gonna just, of course, gonna like fix this up later down the line. Maybe there's like a bit of greenery in here as well. Just, yeah. Don't need to be overly texturized with it. So with these eggs, why isn't this, is this even on the right layer? It is. So with these eggs, I might add like some sort of like texture to them, like a pattern, not a texture, a pattern. I just realized maybe I'd have to make them a little bit kind of a yabe color. Alright. Even that's not that good. Yes, yes, yes. So, here are the eggs. Definitely gonna have to add some patterns onto it. Definitely gonna have to add some patterns. Hmm? Oh. Hey there, Red Crow. Thanks for the follow. Wait, is that Red? Oh, it's... Welcome, welcome. How's your day been? All night? Ugh. Night's been well. It's been a long day. Hopefully it's the long day is coming to a close and you can wind down. Hopefully. So where are these people going to be standing? I'll have to go back to the ball later, but I'm definitely going to have to start doing in the adventurers who are trying to... Yeah? Work? Was it all work? I'm just going to erase this thing here, though. It's a bit... Whoop. Ugh. Okay. So we got 4 adventurers. We have the tank, the leader, the mage, and the healer, and then I want to have a mascot there as well. So, I guess I'll just key in real quickly, blob in just generic blobs of where the heroes will be standing. So I'll have the tank sort of standing like here. And he's sort of... Actually, we'll have them all doing something different. So we'll have we'll have the... Whoop, what's going on? Clip Studio? Okay. We'll have the hero sort of pointing at the creature. So I'll just key in something real quick. Actually, I'll just do a bit of a darker color. There we go. Just the hero pointing at the I don't know. I don't know what this creature is. I just put it into a random creature generator and I just got something. And then this guy will probably be like looking towards his party members, trying to formulate something. So actually, I think I should use my marker for this one. So, sort of pointing up, looking towards his fellow adventurers. And then, as he's like pointing at towards the creature, the healer would be probably... I think the healer and the mascot will be interacting. So I'll have the healer and the mascot thing sort of together. Well, interacting with each other. Maybe the healer's like patting the mascot. I'll have the mage sort of... Yeah, I'll have the mage sort of the person who's also interacting with the leader because they take their job quite seriously. So I'll have them looking towards the leader. And we'll go with the typical silly tank, and he'll be just sort of squatting, or maybe he'll be trying to provoke. So he'll be like, I don't know. What. How would a tank provoke? Or maybe we'll have him squatting. So a random squat. Why not? Do a slab squat. Alright. So that will be the tank there. Now let me have a look how this looks when you look at the whole thing. Are they too large? Yeah, I think that's about... Yeah, I'm liking that. Maybe they're a bit too close. I feel like if a creature was that... If they were that close to the creature, maybe I'll make them a bit smaller as well. Just so I don't have to do too much detail on how they're looking. Yeah, like that. I don't want them too big. Yeah, I think that overall looks decent. Not bad. Okay. I have been streaming for like three to almost 4 hours. I need a small little break. Maybe I'll go raid someone. Who can I raid? Any suggestions for raids? Look here. Who is online right now? Twitch. Who to raid? See if I can go find someone in another art thing. Boop. Let's go for this one. Oh, this character's kind of cute. Sure, let's go for it. So it was... Boop. Let's flip on here. Ah. Alright. We're gonna go to this guy here because it looks like he has a cute little dog character. Herudium. How do you spell that? I can just copy paste Juggins. What are you doing? Actually, this person does Star Wars stuff. We'll do him better. Boop.